battle brothers, and welcome to yet another video, and welcome to yet another review video. Today we are reviewing yet another installment in the Horus Heresy series, and we are reviewing the last but one short story in the Mark of Calth anthology from the Horus Heresy, and it is The Athame by John French. Now I'm never sure if I pronounce it correctly, the name Athame. We are of course talking about the ritual daggers that the word bearers use all throughout the Horus Heresy, but more specifically all throughout the novels that are dealing with the event at Calth, which of course, I have stated multiple times in these reviews, was an event during which the word bearers freshly revealed to be traitors. Of course, they had been traitors for, well, longer than any other traitor legion. Attacked the Ultramarines, Calth and Ultramar in general, and caught the Ultramarines seemingly unawares and by surprise. But of course you can't mess with Ultramarines without getting some retribution, and so that the taste of victory was soured in the mouths of the word bearers. But here we are not focusing on the event itself per se, rather on the history of one of the Athame daggers, written from a point of view of a nameless narrator who wrote this text as if he was writing a letter to Athame itself, to this inanimate object, which of course, talking about inanimate objects in Warhammer 40,000, and indeed in fantasy or science fiction, grimdark, and combination of those, it has to be taken with a grain of salt, because seemingly inanimate objects can be very animate indeed. And so we are tracing the history in this short story of the Athame from its birth in what seems to me was some sort of prehistoric era, when it was first chipped from a chunk of stone and first tasted blood, seconds after it was created, actually. Until, spoilers, and yes, once again, these reviews do contain spoilers. After all, this is the 25th volume of the Horus Heresy series, and if you're watching this review, you probably know something about the Horus Heresy. You've probably read most of it. I haven't. I'm at volume 25. And you have at least read that which you need to read to understand this short story collection, or to fully enjoy it, which is the first 6 volumes of Horus Heresy, No Fear, the Battle for the Abyss, and the First Heretic. This is at least those, in order for you to understand it. But why would you skip anything, really? So, what did I want to say? Well, yes, it starts with the conception, and then until All Person takes it. We know from No Fear that All Person, a perpetual, there are many, several perpetuals and perpetuals in this series. We know that a chunk of the book No Fear focuses on this perpetual, and him saving a group of 6 or 5 people. I think it was 6 with him, so 5 people from Calth, taking them elsewhere in the end, cutting reality with the Athame and escaping, which is what Erebus did. Or Corferon, Erebus, yeah, as well, in this book. So, who is All Person, and why can he do these things? I suppose we will see in the upcoming short stories and novels. After all, the last short story in this collection, which I have just started reading an hour ago, but it's Sunday afternoon, after a week of work, I fell asleep. So I'm about to finish it, and then I'll review it. So no spoilers for the upcoming, not only fate of the Athame and All Person, but also the Horus Heresy in general. And so this is what this short story is about. A nice intermezzo. And as I stated in one of the previous reviews of the Mark of Calth anthology, this anthology is very good in that not only is very diverse as far as the subject matter is. It deals with various different supporting characters and protagonists, and inanimate/animate objects. And also it talks about events that came before and during the event, and also more or less after, but that was revealed in my previous review if I'm not wrong. But what is also very interesting and maybe more important in this case is that it is also a very diverse collection as far as the genres or subgenres go. Usually you have an anthology, and like most of the short stories or stories in general written in more or less similar way, similar style, similar subgenre or genre. This is very much diverse in the way that one short story is like pure science fiction horror, the other one is clearly goes in vein with what had been written before as far as Horus Heresy. Another one is more of a touches fantasy here and there, and so you really never get bored reading this, and it really makes the experience better, especially for people who might not necessarily be fans of word bearers or ultramarines, such as myself. I've never really cared for ultramarines, and I bloody hate word bearers. But then again, reading about word bearers getting their asses kicked by whomever really is always a nice experience, always a very nice read. So one way or another, I am enjoying this. I can't wait to finish the last short story so that I can review it for you and move on to the next book in the series, which, if I'm not wrong, is Vulcan Lives. Might be wrong, might not, but I'm quite sure, 99% sure I'm correct. I'm very much looking forward to getting to know the fate of Vulcan after Isstvan 5. But once again, please, no spoilers in the comments down below, because I want to enjoy everything by myself. And all that remains now, my dear friends, is for you to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Have you read this particular anthology? Have you read any Horus Heresy books? Have you read it all? Are you just in the process of reading it? Let me know all about it. And also, what is your favorite novel from the Horus Heresy series? And that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Emperor protects.